Ever get that creeping feeling that you're not really the one driving your own life? Like you've been walking down paths someone else whispered to you for years? The bitter truth is, even your clearest memory might not even be yours. What if I told you how your mind gets steered, how you can know people's deepest secrets without ever asking them, and most importantly, how you can erase and rewrite those painful memories from your past? What I'm sharing today isn't some cheap parlor trick. These are the fine lines that will help you take the wheel of your life back. And don't you dare tell yourself, that won't happen to me, because the mind plays its best games on the person who thinks they're the one in control. Look, years ago I was sitting with my buddies at the local coffee joint. Fresh coffee's on the table, deep in conversation. One of my friends picks up the milk, pops the cap, takes a sniff, and suddenly wrinkles his nose and pushes it away. "Oh my God," he says, "this milk is totally spoiled. Just smell it." Would you believe it? After that, nobody at the table touched that milk. Another guy even chimes in, "Yeah, it actually smells kinda sour weird." Meanwhile, I hadn't gone to the kitchen to change it. It was perfectly fresh. But my friend's powerful, authoritative, disgusted expression had planted a seed in their minds. Our minds accept strong cues from our environment without filtering them. We call this suggestion. Words aren't just wind. They are seeds planted in the mind. If you want to plant an idea in someone's head, you have to give them a logical reason. If you're in the airport check-in line, rushing for a flight, and you ask the person in front of you, "Can I cut in line?" They'll politely say no. But if you say, "Can I cut in line because I'm going to miss my flight and I'm running super late?" their brain hits the because button and they let you through. No matter what the reason is, the mind opens its doors when it hears the word because. Next time you need someone to do something, hide the word because in your sentence. But if we can steer minds this easily with words, could our bodies be steering our minds in the exact same way? The real secret is using your body to steer your mind. I remember this one time I was stuck in gridlock traffic, absolutely furious. Some guy cut me off. I was seeing red, blood boiling in my veins. Right as I was about to slam the horn and scream, I remembered a piece of advice from an old mentor. I completely relaxed my body, dropped my jaw, let my shoulders fall, and put an imaginary pencil between my teeth, flexing my smiling muscles as I breathed in. In that exact moment, I felt my anger deflate like a popped balloon. Just as our emotions tense our facial muscles, we can actually create emotions by flexing those same muscles. People who hold a pencil between their teeth to force a smile find the comedy movies they're watching way funnier. You can't be angry when your muscles are relaxed, and you can't be scared when you're loose. There is no wall between the body and the mind. They're just two windows in the same room. When you feel like crap, stand up straight, pull your shoulders back, and smile, even if it's fake. Your brain will say, "Oh, we must be happy. We must be safe," and it'll pump those chemicals right into your system. We've learned to manage our bodies and our words. But how do we know the deepest secrets of the person sitting across from us without asking a single question? Why do folks always fall for the same old trap? When I was young, I walked past a storefront psychic and decided to go in. Dim lights, smell of incense. She looked at me and said, "You look very strong and disciplined on the outside, but deep down, there are times you doubt yourself and feel indecisive. You also feel like the people around you don't truly appreciate you." My goosebumps went crazy. How did she know? Years later, I realized she could have said those exact words to all 8 billion people on Earth, and every single one of them would say, "How did she know me?" People love hearing about themselves. If you use broad statements that feel deeply personal, the other person will let you fill in the blanks in their mind. When you meet someone, just say, "You're so tired. Everyone sees your strength." But sometimes you wonder, is there anyone out there who truly gets me? Watch them. They'll tell you their whole life story. Because humans lock on to the place where they feel understood. But what about those traumatic memories from our past that eat us alive? Can we rewrite those in our minds too? What if we could rewrite our past right inside our minds? In a study, people were shown childhood photos. But one of the photos was doctored. It showed them on a hot air balloon ride they never actually took. The researchers asked, "Do you remember this balloon ride from your childhood?" Half of the subjects started describing the fake balloon ride in vivid detail, making up the wind, the swaying of the basket. Our minds can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. Every time you remember a painful memory from the past, you are actually recreating it. If you watch that memory in your mind like a black and white movie, change the soundtrack and put yourself in the audience instead of the screen, you completely erase the pain that memory holds. Think of a painful memory right now. Imagine it on a cinema screen, in black and white, really far away. Now, put a silly circus tune over it. Take away its heavy load. Your past is nothing more than how you choose to remember it. Alright, so we know the tricks. But what is that invisible clock we need to put all this into action? Most folks lose everything before they even use this power. Here's the real secret you need to know. There is no boundary between mind and body. Your thoughts create your world. But to use this power, there's the 72-hour rule. If you decide to do something and don't take the first step within 3 days, that energy dies forever. Thinking about texting an old friend you miss? If you don't send it in 3 days, that text is never going. The phrase, "I was actually gonna do that," is the most crowded place in the human graveyard. Procrastination isn't a lack of courage. It's the mind's mechanism for putting itself to sleep. Now, let me ask you a question. If you could erase those fears, those fake memories, and those invisible boundaries today, what is the one thing in your life you've been most terrified to do? Write it in the comments. Maybe it's exactly the right time to set that power free. If you want to walk this journey with me, this old white-bearded man has plenty more to share. Hit that subscribe button and let's unlock the next secret together.